I always remember the good ones.
Me too.
I always remember because, like I said, I'm a joke writer.
Yeah,
and I will respect the craft until the day I die.
Yes. That's why I was like, honestly, you kind of ate me up with that one.
Hey,
you got me.
When someone told me on Twitter that I looked like LGBTQ Russell from Up, yeah, that ate me up. The little boy from the Up cartoon, yeah, you ate me up with that one because I do look like gay him. And and hey, I'll take it.
And who's to say he wasn't gay in that movie?
And who's to say?
Who's to say?
The uniform is giving a little something, isn't it? It's got to be a little sweet.
Who's to say?
Maybe bi on the weekends.
Maybe that's you. That's maybe you're him grown up.
Maybe. Yeah, bi on the weekends.
Well, when he
grows up. We can't talk about. He's a kid in the movie, but when he grows up, maybe he's bi on the weekends.
In case you didn't get that. In case.
Yeah. Keep up.
Yeah. Did you ever get any other good ones? I tried to think sometimes.
Oh my God.
Of when they like really did get me.
It's so rare. It's so rare that I get a good one. And I do a joke in there's an old joke I have that I do in stand-up where I talk about the nature of insults that I get. Mm-hmm. And I go, calling me fat is so boring. I've known that for a while. The most embarrassing thing about me that you guys need to do your research.
Yeah.
When I jump into a body of water, I still have to hold my nose like this. If you bring that up in an argument, it's curtains for me. You know what I mean?
I'm out.
A guy told me a couple like months ago on the internet. He replied to me, and he had like 17 followers on Twitter, and he decided he wanted to go toe to toe with me. And he said, I don't know about the rest of you guys. Trying to like rally other people in the comments. Mm-hmm. Never gonna happen. He goes, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but this guy looks to me like he broke into a bakery and ate all the pies. And I went, it's so soft. I mean, I'm like, you're so far out of your league. I wanted to reply and be like, I'll kill you with a gun. You're soft. Ate all the pies like an 18th century limerick. I will kill you to death with a gun. Like you're not.
I'll literally murder you.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
You just tweet his address. I'm
serious. It's child's play for you. You're in the sandbox, bitch. I'm at the gun store. I mean, it's like stand out.
Did you guys have any memories like that when you were kids?
I'll tell you what. I got one.
Let's hear it.
Every day for about 2 years, I refused to wear anything except for cowboy boots with a full Kansas City Chiefs windsuit and a little cowboy hat. And here's what I would do to play. This was my play, okay?
Not play.
This was my play. I was like 7. I would go out in the yard with a shovel, and I would dig in a ditch for a couple hours. I would just dig around. I'd move dirt around. And I'd go inside all dirty and sweaty, and my mom would be like, how was work today?
Why are you cosplaying blue collar?
Girl. The way I would go in the house dirty, I'd be like rolling up my sleeves. I'd be like, can I get some water? She'd be like, yeah, she needs some water. And my coworkers were all imaginary, named after country music stars. I'd be like, oh, me, Kenny, Chesney. Me, Kenny.
By the way.
Me, Kenny, Chesney, Tim McGraw. I said, me, Kenny, and Tim got about as much done as we could out there today, but it was a hot one. And my mom would be like, I know that's right. But I'm dead ass serious.
Why are you doing physical labor? Reba's gonna wring my neck in the morning.
I'm dead ass serious. Reba's gonna have my ass. I would go out there and dig ditches. And I would just dig all day long, and I'd go inside. My mom, who's actually a single mom working multiple jobs, by the way, would have to
She's like, I actually got enough going on.
She would have to like play along to my little bits. We're gonna see if she answers me right now to tell me that I'm not kidding.
Please.
Oh my God, answered on the first ring. Pathetic. Hey, Mom.
I have a life.
She said I don't have a life. Oh, girl. Okay. Hey, you're on a podcast, so.
Hi, Mom. Hi.
My friends Brittany and Drew are here. Do you want to say hi?
How are you? Hi.
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Hey, I wanted to ask you a quick question. You're on camera and audio. Well, you're on audio. When I was a kid, did I dress up in cowboy boots and a full Chiefs windsuit for like a year or two straight?
Yeah. I had to basically wait for you to fall asleep and take it off and be a Martian.
And what would he do in the windsuit when he was playing?
Yeah, what would I do in the yard when I was playing with Kenny and Tim?
You did all sorts of stuff with Kenny and Tim.
Okay, not being very specific. Mom, the content's better if you say specific things.
You talked to him. I had to set a plate at the table for him.
She had to set a plate at the table for them?
Yeah, for Timmy.
I would
never made me for Kenny, but I had to for Timmy. I guess Kenny didn't deserve to eat.
Would I or would I not go out and like play in the dirt and pretend that we had worked like a long, hard day?
Oh, yes. Yes. You would come in and be so tired from working outside with Timmy, and here I had worked a 12-hour shift.
I have one from middle school though that comes to my mind constantly. Like sometimes when I'm just walking down the street in the middle of a busy day, I'll go, "Oh, that happened."
Brings you to your knees.
I have one like that too from middle school.
I wanted to be more outgoing at school. That was something I was working on because at the time I wasn't ever shy, but I was like, I just wasn't. I hadn't figured myself out yet, you know. And it was like probably 8th grade, and there was this student council meeting that was going on, and all the cool kids were going to be in there, and it was in Miss Munsterman's class. Shout out Joy Munsterman. I hope you're happy, girl. I'm so sorry I'm not Christian anymore, but my love to you. And
and I am gay.
And I am gay, and I don't think she would care about that. She's pretty cool.
Period.
Well, I don't want to get into it, but she it was a pajama day.
Okay.
And so I was wearing sleep pants like everyone was. And I was like, oh, you know, it'd be funny if I pulled my sleep pants up real high.
The classic bit.
And I was like weird. And so I was like, everyone will laugh at this. And so I walked into the room, my sleep pants pulled up all high, and I was like, you know, doing that. And everyone did laugh. But everyone, and since everyone laughed, I kept doing it the rest of the day. And finally, one of the cool kids, like 2 hours later, came over to me, and he was like, hey, the bit you're doing with your pants, like, I know people are laughing, but it's actually mean because we're getting like a really visible outline of your ball sack, and also your asshole, and like your pants are so high up that like your balls are on like crazy display, and also your dick print is like really pronounced, and no one wants to tell you.
It's actually really fucking gross. So go ahead and put that away from me.
And I literally, he's telling me
back in the holster.
By the way, he's telling me this in the hallway while the pants are up. And I'm just standing there receiving it. And he tells me all of it. He goes, no one's telling you. And I go, thank you, Cooper. I kind of, during the conversation, I just kind of scooted the pants down. And then,
like, that's so funny. It looks like this guy broke in and ate all the pies.
Looks like this guy broke in and ate all the pies. I'm going to have sex with your father. Broke in and ate all the pies.
Your father's gonna be eating a pie.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
I'll make sure of it.
Why don't you break your mouth into my asshole and lick my butthole, you loser. Broke into a bakery and ate all the pies. I'm sick. And he thought he was William Shakespeare with it.
He's like, anyone else?
I don't know about the rest of you guys
Is
trying to rally
this
my
thing
fans.
on?
He also, anyone else, everyone in the replies to my shit is my fans.
I do that all. I can't even. I'm like, hey, you're in the wrong neighborhood, bitch. You're gonna get jumped.
Roll the windows up and lock the doors. Because there are hundreds of thousands of mentally ill baristas that are ready to mobilize whenever I say the word. Okay?
Alfred's finest.
There are girls that were, if they're not at the Boy Genius concert, they're at my mentions. And they will fight you, bitch.
If they're not seeing Lucy Dacus, they're in Caleb's comments section.
And the Doc Martens are laced up.
The Mary Janes.
And they're ready to fight for me.
Yeah, and they will.
I've got she-theys that are shooters. So you need to be careful. Because the guys from AutoZone are not doing the same for you.
No.
And I thought I could trust Cooper.
And then there's more.
So then 2 months later, well, Cooper always got compliments on smelling really good. And so I thought I could trust him. And so 2 months later at an assembly, I was sitting by him. I was like, okay, I know how I can be really popular is if I just figure out what cologne Cooper wears. And he'll probably tell me because he was so cool to me about the pants.
Yeah, that's your girl.
That's my boy. Like,
That's cool about the nutsack thing.
That's
He was so chill about my moose knuckle.
No,
he was so chill about
That's
it.
fucking Ohana. That's fucking familia right there.
Famiglia.
That's familia right there.
That's gang. That's fam.
That's gang, that's fam. And so I said, Cooper, what cologne do you wear? And he said, oh, I don't. It's just like I don't know. My mom gets it for me, and I go, oh yeah, but like what is it? And he goes, I really don't know. My mom gets it for me. And during this whole assembly, I just keep every time I get a chance being like, Cooper, do you even know like what the bottle looks like? You know. But I'm trying to play it cool, so I'm like, yeah, I almost wonder what the shape the bottle is. You know? And he's like, oh yeah, I don't remember, man. And like literally, I'm being so persistent because I think I'm being coy, you know. And then finally, I go, I need to know what cologne you wear.
And you're gonna fucking
tell me
now.
And he goes, if I tell you, will you just stop talking to me? And I go, yeah. And he did, and it was Lucky You. It was Lucky You cologne for men. And that night when I got home, I was like, Mom, you have to get me Lucky You cologne.
The fact that you're fucking interrogating him.
No, it really was like scenic the way it played out. Like he would be talking to other people, he'd be like talking to the boys and like cutting up, and then there was a moment of silence. I'd be like, anyway, Coop.
repeat because he can't. Like it gets a little loud.
Yeah.
Cooper.
Coop.
Cooper.
Yeah.
Cooper.
No.
No, like I was saying.
Speaking of smells,
You guys are fucking. No, you guys are so funny. Cooper, what color is the box it comes in? What places does your mom shop regularly?
which like department store would you say like if I listed some, would you say hot or cold or
Cooper,
like
yeah, text your mom.
yeah?
Cooper, what are the top notes? Give me sort of like middle. Is it like a musk, amber?
I'm gonna come over.
Coop.
What if I come over after school, dude? You can show me what the bottle is.
He's
Wait,
like,
that you were
God damn,
like
man.
interpreting all of that as friendship.
By the way, what I know now is he didn't want to tell me the clone because he didn't want to be clone brothers with me. he didn't want me running around smelling like him because that lowers his stock value.
That is real. That is
He
real.
didn't want me on the rise.
Yeah.
He was the original gatekeeper. He said, "Your fat gay ass is not going to bring down my stock value."
You smell like that fat gay kid.
Cooper, why do you smell like that? Cooper, why do you smell like sleep pants? That's my nickname. Why do you smell like ball sack sleep pants, kid?
You smell like that kid that was hanging brain in homeroom.
Cooper, you smell like that fat faggot. Oh my God.
You smell like that.
And he knew to gatekeep it. Because the first thing I did when I found out was go get a bottle, honey.
You just didn't stop. You were like, no, but for real, dude. Like, for real though. Like, let's get real.
Seriously.
You can't give a mouse a cookie. He gave me one kindness. He gave me one kindness.
No, because you give him mouse cookie and he's going to Macy's after school. Lucky you, Cologne.
He said, "Hey man, everyone's tired of seeing your ball sack," and I said, "You're family. You're blood to me, pimp."
He was home and talk shit.
I have no way of knowing because I never checked back in, but I can almost guarantee you he switched clones.
Call Cooper the way you just called your mom. Get Coop on Skype.
Yeah, fans listening at home, do the over/under on whether or not me and Cooper are still in touch. Everyone run some bets. I'll let you know.
You pulling up your pants for a bit.
Yeah.
Just dancing around.
I
Yeah.
will say, as a fellow fatty, previously, there is something very, I call it the Chris Farley bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the funny of like, you
Yeah.
pull up tuck it under your boob.
Real
sort of.
truffle shuffle
Yes.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the classic like Chippendales Chris Farley skit of
Yeah.
like, they just love to see that sort of, it'll kill every time until it doesn't.
Oh yeah.
Until Coop has to get real with you in the hallway.
Yeah.
Then it's not that great
Until he
anymore.
does a one-on-one in the hall.
He's like, hey, can I talk to you outside for a second?
Performance review.
Yeah, until I've got Coop up against a wall with a knife to his neck, asking him what the fucking cologne is. What's the cologne, brother?
No, seriously.
Hey,
He's
you're
like, will you
cool,
leave
but I
me alone?
fucking had it with the games.
He said, will you leave me alone? And you said, yeah.
I said, because I said, I know how I'm getting ahead. Give me the formioli.
In high school, what were